is always paying attention. Taiga, you a big bounty rune aficionado?
Hello, yes, of course. I love bounty runes. Sport play, I'm starving.
Yeah, I don't know if you got to see it. You should check the replay again. According to our stats, you guys basically picked up nearly 4,000 net worth in bounty runes, and I think TSM in game one had like 800 gold. It was absurd.
Oh, I didn't expect that actually. Then, at least for me, I focus on bounty runes because I need the gold. I'm starving, So, I don't know how my team feels, but
I'm sure anytime a carry hears the last hit sound, they get a smile on their face anyway, so I'm sure they're happy. And you should be very happy after this series victory. But I am curious, at what point during a stretch of losses do you decide, okay, this is the day that we're going to do the 6-hour team talk that I hear about? Because you guys have had a rough couple of days, but there's no way that you could do a talk every single day. That would be fatiguing. So what does it take? Just an especially painful loss, or is it a streak of losses?
I would say probably a streak of losses. But at the same time, we're playing a lot of Dota every day since the season has started. I don't know how long we've been playing straight. Since we also play Pinnacle Cup, right? And we play this tiebreakers, non-stop tiebreakers. It's very consuming. We also have a lot of talks, but we believe it's the right thing to do for us to get forward, with our process. Otherwise, we stay stuck, which is the worst thing possible.
Mm-hmm. Well, the progression definitely showed in this series against TSM. Purge, can I ask you to do the first question this time?
I do have a first question. Number one, how do you feel about the Pango series that you guys just participated in? Are you ready for that hero to get nerfed?
I feel like Pango, he has been nerfed a couple of times. I don't know what makes it so strong, but when you play the game, you just feel strong. You just feel like even if he has a rough start, rough game, he gets a very bullet mid. This hero still provides a lot of impact. All you need to do press roll, and nobody stops you. If you cannot die, even if you have brown boots, and it still does a lot of damage for some reason. One item, and 30 minutes into the game, you still have impact, which is a little bit absurd. So yeah, I think it deserves a little bit of nerf. I don't know in what way, but yeah.
Okay, great. And one more question. You built Basher on your Monkey King in one of the games. It was a little abnormal, but what was the purpose that you went for it? Were you just trying to interrupt TPs?
Mainly because I didn't want to experience BKB TP out all the time when I catch people, with a monkey. It happened often since we don't have a BKB control in a lineup. It was best that I went for something like that, so that because usually I buy diffusal first item with monkey, right? But my farm wasn't great, and it was too late. By the time I get diffusal, nobody's gonna die from ulti. They have 4 stuff and they just get away. So I decided to go for Basher because it was more impactful.
Are you saying anything on voice comms when you're hoping? You usually have 2 or 3 hits before they TP you, right? Is there any way you're trying to direct your team? Do you wait to cry out until the bash hits, or?
Pretty much. There was one time I was hitting Tomato 5 times with Monkey King, and I didn't bash him once, and I just TP'd out with BKB, which is pretty sad.
Yeah, we saw that.
So,
yeah, we were cheering for you, I promise. We were all sitting there just yelling please. I want it to be valuable. It looks so good.
It did, and it took us all by surprise. Kazu, any questions for Taiga?
Of course. Hey, Tommy, how are you doing?
Great. Hopefully we win tomorrow too, even better.
Yeah.
So after I would say when you lose a couple series in a row, which you guys have, it can be easy to overthink things in terms of why you're losing. Who would you say has the clearest head in your team to actually tell you guys and bring you to the right conclusion and the right team talks?
I will probably say Misha. I think Misha is the right person for that.
Can you elaborate on what he has said in the last days then? Since I assume, if you say he's the smartest one, what are some of the things that he's been telling you and the boys? In terms of what he thinks is wrong, or what you need to do better?
For example, if second game, if we lose, or yesterday when we lose, when he was a lot on draft, he will take responsibility for it. He will say don't overthink things. It's we lost because of draft. It was really hard to play with the current lineup we had the last game, and there was not much we could do. So don't overthink too much. and we can make some adjustments and see how it goes. And it worked pretty well.
Okay, and then last one, the second game in this series where you also played Monkey King. Do you think that game was a gameplay issue or a draft issue or a mixture of both?
I actually think that game, it was hard from after like 10 minutes. I think TSM were very good at applying pressure. I think our atmosphere was not like happy in a way. It's like people were, how would I say it? In a way tilted. They also like sad because they kept getting, punched.
Yep.
Around mid lane, around our jungle, while me and Dima is like kind of chilling in a way. So I think maybe it got to us mentally. I don't know how it happened because I wasn't really looking too much into it.
Mm-hmm.
But we reset pretty well for the last game and we made a comeback.
Yeah, you did. Good job on that. Thanks for the answers.
Hi, Taiga. All right, I have a bit of a random question here for you. Let's say that tomorrow you are no longer allowed to play support. Can't play 4, you can't play 5. I want to know, which role do you take?
Well, I would definitely take mid. I feel like my mid skills, is still hidden. I didn't get to play so much mid when I was in Liquid, so I would like to play mid.
Okay, all right. So, maybe future career possibilities here. You keeping that mid a little bit fresh, warmed up?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like mid is so easy, honestly. I don't know how
there it is!
When they feed first blood or anything and they lose a creep, they just cries. And it's so easy because, as a support player, you're mentally strong. So all you need to do is just call for your support to come mid, kill him once, and he's already crying and the game is over. I know how it works with mid laners. They always cry.
See, you would know. You've been helping BZM make it look easy, but really you're doing the heavy lifting, I think, with all those rotations.
I mean, sometimes you do feel like a kindergarten teacher, Kid, it's okay. Come back, I'll give you a pat on the head. Everything is fine.
A gold star for BZM in this one. Taiga, your next series tomorrow is going to be against Game and Gladiators. They've been picking a lot of weird 4 positions recently. I know that you had a short stint as Ogre Magi during the DPC. Was that just because you were feeling under the weather, or do you think that that uncontested hero in this tournament might actually be viable?
We don't talk about the Ogre tsunami.
This is the only man who did it, though.
Okay, I actually generally believe Ogre was the best hero ever possible in the patch and it was going to be first pick every game. But that was mainly because I was sick and I didn't think straight, so there's my excuse.
So now that your brain is no longer addled, you see these bounty hunters and skyrats coming out of Gammon. Is that something that you're hoping to put into your arsenal, or you're like, let them handle that, I'll do the meta stuff?
Yeah, I think Gaimin as well, like all of them are great players, they have great ideas and how to play the patch and stuff, and I think Tofu is also pretty flexible with his heroes, so I enjoy seeing how he plays these, unique heroes like Bounty Hunter and stuff. And I kind of understand why. So, I mean, I also think they're just feeling it right now, like the team. Mm-hmm. After winning in the major, they're like feeling so confident about themselves now, so that's like kind of a boost.
Definitely. And I'm curious to see how your clash of ideas on OG will match up against Gaiman. Taiga, thank you very much for taking the time to speak to us, and congratulations on this series win.
Thank you.
A pleasure as always.